So I think we can start it, right? Because I saw somebody else apart from. Okay, okay. There's Alagendri only. Okay, okay. So yeah, okay, fine. So let me share my screen. Okay. So yesterday we were seeing all this thing, right? Uh, Subjected to object level. What are all the things that are available in the side pane? Okay. So yeah. Okay. So this is the object manager. We saw all the things that are in the side pane. Okay. And also, yeah, today's class, I was about to tell you about validation rules, workflow rules, approval process, all these things. Okay. So yesterday we saw how to create a field, how to delete a field, edit a field, like rename it, all those things. And yeah, page layouts, how to arrange fields in a page layout, what to remove and how to do such things, right? Like you take this one. So yeah, how to arrange from, suppose if at all, if you want this to right side and you want something like this, you wanted it to be like above this. Okay. So if you wanted, for example, if you wanted this to be parallelly, you can simply, have this as a, yeah, empty section. So and have something like this. Okay. And you can say as two column. Okay. Then you'll be able to do it in this way. Okay. Since this is one column, you'll not be able to do. Okay. So yeah. And this one, of course, vendor information. Okay. So this is how you do. Oh my God. Okay. No problem. So yeah, this is how you do. Okay. So this is the sections that you can add. So this is the section, and you can also add a blank space in between so that nobody can place anything. Okay. So such things are available, and buttons, of course. So if you wanted something like get contacts, you can just drag this and keep it here and submit for approval. So all these things, if at all, if you don't want it, you can remove in this way. Okay. And quick questions, all these things, mobile action. Okay. Lightning action. So here, if this is the place where you will be pulling. Okay. Get contacts, all these things. If at all, if you don't want new event, you can just drag this one and have it this way. Okay. And also related list, the child, the right side thing which I showed yesterday, right? Like the child objects. So that also you'll be able to control. So once you hover it, it will show information, right? So this is the one that is the thing that is showing information. Okay. So if at all, if you don't want this, you can simply have this, and instead of this one, imagine you want something like birth date. Okay. So you can simply pull that in and yeah, once, yeah, pull that in and click on save, click on OK, right? So once you click on OK, it's going to be changed. Okay, so that's how you'll be doing. So if at all, if you don't want major initiative roles, uh, object here, you can simply click on minus so that it is removed. It is not showed in that right side. Okay, so that's how this page layout is, and lightning record page, which I showed you, right? Like, okay, let me go to one accounts and show you so that you'll have better. So the lightning record pages means the lightning app builder page. Okay. So once you go to a record, you will find edit page. Okay. So you click on that gear icon and press on edit page. It will go to this one. Okay. So here you will be able to pretty much, arrange this one. So yeah. So if you don't want this, okay, or if you want this, all these things, you'll be able to do it. Okay. So you pretty much have, so some of the clients ask like they want something like Twitter to be on the homepage. Okay. or they want Twitter as something to be on their site. So this is all by default Salesforce provides us. So trending topics as in the news thing, news kind of thing, right? Or whatever. Mm, so you pretty much have all these things here. That Salesforce by default they provide you, and you can use that here, okay, in this thing. So as of now, I am just posting this Twitter thing, okay. So you can also have this. So pretty much these are the standard components that Salesforce provides, okay. So for example, uh, I want some rich text, okay. So something to be hosted here, and here when I say I will be able to enter the thing. This is a business business account, okay. One second. Okay, this is a business account, and I'm just making this as bold, and I can increase the size as well, okay. 36 or not 36, 36 is too much, 24, okay. Now I'm going to click on save. So once I add this, you can see that this is here, okay. So if I go back to this one, yeah, you can find something which I edited. This is a business account, right? So this is called as rich component. So these are all the things that you will be able to do using Lightning App Builder page, okay. So Lightning App Builder page, and you pretty much have all these things that you will be able to use, okay. So related quick list, okay. So once you have this, this is the uh, object thing which I was telling you, right? Like once I click on save, I have all the related objects here, all the child objects, okay. So that is the related quick link component, okay, that Salesforce provides us. And also these are all the Lightning components that they provide. So that is a developer subject. Yeah, pretty much I can explain like what is like a Lightning component, all these things, okay, because these are all like package kind of things, okay. It only has a package corresponding to that functionality alone. So for example, send email roles is something like a custom Lightning button, okay. So once you click on that one, it will be sending email to all the roles or all the role members, okay. So that's how it is done. So yeah. So yeah, so this is how you will be doing about Lightning record page. So I'm just uh, I'm just summarizing what I took yesterday, right? Like the buttons, custom buttons, all these things. Of course, you will be able to see. So if you edit and see, so this is our last. So here itself, you will be able to see the content source. Okay. So if you see this, it is a Lightning component. So this is a custom Lightning component button. Okay. So properties on that. If you click on edit, you will be able to like see what is the Lightning component name. Okay. So properties on map. So you can find that code in yes. So this is all like developer stuff. I'm just giving you overview of what is what. Okay. So classes. So you have this. Okay. So properties on map in Apex classes. So this is the code related to this one. Okay. So the Lightning component, right? Like this is how you find out. Okay. So you have properties on map, right? So here you have that Lightning component properties on map. Okay. So this is the code that relates to this button. Okay. So in on the button itself, you will be able to see. So this is all something like developer stuff too. So yeah. Okay. So here, if you click on this, you can pretty much have what is what. Okay. Yeah. So if you click on developer console, it's going to take you to the page where it has a code. Okay. So this is the code for that particular component. Okay. Custom lightning button component. Okay. So this is what it does. The thing on this is like, how do you say? So on properties, we have something like a map component, right? So that is what it does. Okay. So that's the purpose of this one, of this code. Okay. So this is called as lightning component LWC. So currently in Salesforce, if you are a developer, if you learn this, and you will have a high demand for your profile, because this is what Salesforce is all about today. Custom lightning buttons. Okay. So yeah, so if you guys have interest, like, you can learn and make a good money, right? Like even developers with like 2 to 3 years the experience, they're giving almost like 12 to 13 lakhs package. Okay, so this is the hot topic, like Aura component and lightning component, all these things. Okay, so yeah, so let me go back to the account again. So yeah, so these are all the things that I told you: the compact layout, the mini page layout, and the limitations of the object, and search layout. Okay, and these are all that lookup filters, and yeah, pretty much all these things. Like triggers, triggers is something like a coding concept which we will teach you when we start the coding classes. Okay, so today let me start this validation rules. So yeah, so the topic which we saw yesterday was something that you guys will be used to, the configuration thing, like how you go to a new object, how do you select a field, or how do you change a page layout, or how to make some changes in lightning app builder page, or how to create a new button, all these things, right? So that's why I pretty much took some time to summarize what we learned yesterday. Like, if at all, if you guys have not tried what did this yesterday, I'm just giving you some heads up. Okay. Yeah. So this is the validation rule. Okay. So I'm just going to demo you how to create a validation rule. Okay. Before that, let's go to a account page. Okay. So imagine that your client is telling they want something like, okay, SIC code. Okay. They want some value to be filled in SIC code. Okay. So what you will be doing, so in another technology and all, usually what you will be doing, you will send some query information to the server. Like, before it gets saved, this SIC code should have some value in it, only then it should get saved. But in Salesforce, you don't have that problem. Okay, usually what you'll be doing, you'll just have this feature called validation rule, which you can set it by yourself in a point and click way without having the code in use. Okay, so fill. Okay. Okay, uh, put in SIC details, right? SIC info. So SIC info, and then yes, you can have these things, right? Like, you need to insert a formula here. Okay, which means that you should just click on insert field. So this field correspond to SIC code, right? So I'm just gonna click on SIC code. Okay, account, SIC code, and then insert. Okay, now I'm gonna insert the function. Okay, yeah. So I have something like is blank. Okay, yeah, is blank. So here, if you see, I can, yeah, once. So I have this thing here. I need to place the field name. Okay, the field name is going to be SIC code. Okay, let me go through the API name, because usually in Salesforce, the things you use in formula field or in anything in coding, right? You should use that unique name, which I told you, right? So SIC. Okay. So the field name is SIC. Now I'm going to click on check syntax. Okay. So if you don't have any errors, you will get something like this, no error found. So for example, if I click something wrongly, okay, now I put extra thing. Okay. So here it shows some error like this. Okay. So there's something called a formula box where you have to type your formula, and only if there is no error, it will get saved. Okay. So once I click on check syntax now I have removed. Okay, you got no error found. Okay. So this is the error message that you are going to, uh, okay, enter SIC in details. Okay, details. So enter SIC details. Okay. So here you can also have the flexibility to choose where the error location is placed. Okay, whether it's on top of the page or whether it's on the field, above the field. Okay, so for example, if you want it above this field, or if at all if you want it in a separate thing. Okay, so you'll have the flexibility to choose it. So usually they'll have it in top of the page, but some clients they would prefer to have it on the top of that particular field. Okay, so I'm going to click on save. Okay, so before you make this thing, you should check that before you test this thing, you should make sure that there is an active checkbox. Okay, which means that this validation rule is active in the system. Okay, now what I'll be doing, okay, I'll be going to a new or yeah, so I'm gonna save. Okay, we hit a snag called enter SIC details, right? Like without which you will not be able to save the uh, record. Okay, so again I'm going to click on save. No, you'll not be able to save a record. Okay, now I enter something like this, only then it will be saved. Okay, the changes will be saved, otherwise it will not be saved. So this is called as validation rules. Okay, so validation rules with which like they will have lot of validation. Like for example, your customer is filling a form. Okay, that form definitely should have their address or phone number, right? Without which you will not be able to contact them. So those are the mandatory details that client will be forced to fill. Okay, so this is a condition that you will be able to set in a page layout also, which I showed you yesterday, right? Like, okay, uh, let me go back and forth so that uh, you will have high understanding on this. Okay, so you can also have something like this, right? Like here, if you click on required, it's going to be under a required field. Okay, so that thing you will be able to do, right? So yeah, so this is how you do. Okay, so you will be changing, but the thing is like here you will be also able to set validation rule using this. Okay, so for example, you want some other condition to be here. Say uh, if SIC code is blank SIC code, and also imagine okay, if type is also blank. Okay, and type is also blank. Okay, so yeah, so type is also blank, right? Field is a type is a fixed list. Okay, so if you get some error like this, you can simply use Google. Okay, so it says that you should use ispic val, so they'll say something like that. Okay, so you have developer forums here, so where you can simply place that and people will be there to help you. Okay, so they'll put like this. Okay, try using with text this one. Okay, So what you will be doing, you will be placing text, and here you will just place your uh, thing. Okay. Sorry, you will just place this thing. Okay. So that you will be able to know what is what, right? Like, sorry, yeah. Okay. So which means that yeah, incorrect type parameter, and okay, I think, and yeah, okay. So this is the things that you need to do before like solving these things. Okay, extra, and where do I find them? Okay, or else we can do this way, and uh, yeah, just have this whole thing here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 1 second. I can have some other forums also. So Trilad also provides a forum. Okay. So if you have something like this, you can always make use of these forums. Okay. So Salesforce pick list formula, right? Uh, okay. For example, okay, let's take some other field. Okay. So can we take email? Okay. So we can take email also, right? Like insert field account and you type it's going to take you to email. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So here you don't have any errors, and enter email details. Okay. Okay. So immediately if you don't enter any email here, right? Like once you click on edit record and you click on save, you will not be able to. Please enter email details, right? Only if you enter email details, you will be able to do. So many things you will be able to do. For example, you might have some combos, or you might say if type value is equal to this one, prospect, then I need to have something like this. Okay. I need to tell them to fill SIC code. Otherwise, I don't want. So these are all the criterias. These are all the different criterias that your client provides you. Okay. So you should be able to know which feature to use to fulfill their functionality. Okay. So here you can also use a cross object also. Okay. So for example, if you see in a validation rule, you can also use the related object things also. Okay. So insert field here, if you see, you'll be having something like this. See parent account, right? So it just went up once. Parent account, yeah, parent account. So in parent account, you can still choose what are all the available fields also. Okay. So you can pull information related to connected objects as well. Okay. So in account owner is going to have a user field, right? Like user. Owner is itself a person. So he's going to be a user. So things under that object, you will be able to do it. Okay. So yeah. Uh, so this is called as validation rule. Okay. So yeah. So this is something like automation that Salesforce by default they provide you. So another one is called as workflow rules. Okay. So this is something interesting that Salesforce provides you. Like yeah, pretty much you'll be surprised to see basically these kind of you know mm, things that in other technology they do, they'll have to definitely write a code. Okay, they definitely have to do that in a code. They can't do it in a point and click, definitely. But in Salesforce, of course, it is possible. Okay, so I'm going to create a new rule. Okay, continue with uh, workflow rules. Okay, so now object, of course, we have all these objects. Okay, available objects. I'm going to select account object. Okay, so that's the place where I have to build the automation. Okay, so in accounts, imagine okay, so if at all let's have something. If at all the type value is prospect, okay, then I want SIC code to be automatically updated. Okay, or say, okay, don't want SIC code. Let's take something like ticker symbol. Okay, so if at all type is prospect, ticker symbol must be P. Okay, uh, otherwise, okay, so yeah, it should have only NA. Okay, or something like this. Okay, ticker symbol must be P. Okay, so how do I achieve this? Okay, it should be automatically updated. So for example, if at all if it is customer direct, it should have a C or something like this, right? Like if at all if they give. So I'm going to do it with respect to this particular field value. Okay, so here you have prospect field value. Your client says like if at all if the type value has prospect, then ticker symbol should be automatically updated with the alphabet P. Okay, so now ticker symbol update. Okay, now what you're going to do, you're going to select when the workflow rule is going to be fired. Okay, so it should be it should be called, which means that this workflow rule will work only when the record is created. Okay, created as in when you newly go to create a record, right? So if you newly go to create a record, it should have yeah workflow rule should be working. Okay, otherwise it should be. So you can also set this condition here. So for example, you want it in at the time of record creation, or also at the time of editing the record also. Okay, so in both the things you can do. Okay, and this is something that you can do, but you can also set a timing. Like for example, after the record is created, and after 3 days of the record creation, I want some follow-up email to be automatically sent to the user. Okay, in that situation, I use this this option. Okay, so it means that you can add. So if you click this, you will see a default message like you cannot add time dependent workflow, which means that the time dependent, the word itself means that you will be able to you know do any update or action based on the certain time. So I can say like after 10 days I want this field to be updated, or after 10 days I want some email to be triggered to a user. Okay, so subsequently I'll be telling what are all the things that you will be able to do it in a workflow rule, using workflow rule. Okay, now I have some option like this. So you can also have formula evaluates to true. It will be showing you with this one. Okay, the formula field box. But if you choose this, you will have something like this by default. Okay, so I will have something like account type equals, and once you click this magnifying glass, you are going to have this. Okay, so I think this is not the account type, or mm, I think I showed you customer type, right? Okay, this is customer type. Sorry. So So customer type. So this is customer type equals. Now I'm going to click on this and I'm going to get something called prospect. Now I'm going to select this. Okay. So you can also select multiple values also. It's not like only one, you can also select. So imagine your client says that if customer type is prospect and also vendor, then we want something P to be placed there. Okay. So that thing you can do. But now just one we are selecting. Okay. So here you have all the options. Okay. So you have created a workflow rule. So you have set a condition in the previous page, like customer type. If at all, if customer type equals prospect, what is the next action that workflow rule should do? So here, if you select, you will be having, you can create a new task or email alert, which I told you, right? After this thing is done, you wanted to send some email to the customer, automated email. So for example, in if you make a purchase, right, automatically you'll be receiving like, thanks for making purchase with us, your bill is this much, have a happy day, like use this link to track your package, all these things, right? So these are all the things that you will be able to do, like using Salesforce. Okay, so this is the email alert option. Okay, so for example, if I choose email alert, I can create a new email alert. For example, you can choose also the recipients. Okay, so integration users or monkey mills, who are all the users that wanted to receive the you know, the email. Okay, so for example, simply the record creator means you can always have the owner. Okay, so the account owner. So account owner is going to be the record creator. Okay, usually the person who creates a record is going to be the record owner, which means that the object. So if at all, if it is an account, he's going to be account owner. So if at all, if it is a contact, is creating a contact record, is going to be a contact owner. Okay, so that's how you choose. Okay, so I wanted this mail to be sent to the account owner. Okay, say like auto message. Okay, so auto message, and I'm giving something like this, and you can also select a template by default. Okay, you have this option. So this is the templates that are like by default available. So two types of templates. So lightning templates, of course, you have to, that is developer part, they have to create a new lightning template. Okay, so classic is something that Salesforce by default they provide. Okay, now I'm going to select something like this, sales new customer email, and I have the account owner to be selected. So who, which means that this is the from email address. So if you select default workflow user email address, it's the thing that will be going like say from Salesforce, like okay. So you'll be pretty much able to find this. So you have something like this. Okay, so which means that I am the account owner. Okay, now I am going to have the value as prospect. Okay, so yeah, so prospect, okay, enter email details. Okay, sorry. Okay, now you can see that I'll be receiving a email. Okay, so let me simply go to this one, right? So simply like you, if you check after like 2 to 3 minutes, you'll be receiving a email. Okay, so yeah, so I just change this to prospect. If at all the customer type is equal to prospect, then I'll be receiving a email address. And also you wanted to make a field update. Okay, you can select this one. Okay, which I was telling. So for example, update letter. Okay, so you can choose the field, which field to update. Okay, we were telling that we wanted to be in the ticker symbol field, right? So we are choosing with ticker symbol.